Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Minecraft video. This will still be horse-based, so definitely stick around if you like Minecraft horse servers, since this is one of the best servers that there is. So currently I'm going to be doing a barn tour because I'm really proud of what my barn is right now. The server went through a restart recently, and everyone's plot got restarted, so we were given permission to basically rebuild our barn or rebuild our plot of land on the same amount that it was worth. So I was able to rebuild on what exactly I wanted, since I was quite high level when the server restart happened. So I'm so glad to be able to show you guys around, and I'm just going to be giving you a quick tour, so let's get on. So this is the overview of the entirety of the barn. It doesn't look like much right now, but I'm still working on it, so excuse the lack of decorations. I will be getting on that soon. So as you can see, I've got the big barn in the middle. Behind that I've got the aquatherapy pool. That's it, the aquatherapy pool. Then to the left I've got the arenas, to the right I've got the paddocks and the foaling barns, and right at the bottom I've got a trailer park and I've got an auction house. So I'm just going to be running through each of these pretty quickly as I can, at least, just to give you guys a rough idea of what I'm doing. So this is the view you first get when you walk to my plot, and I think it's a pretty good view. Like, when you come here you think, wow, it is really pretty, and I'm so happy with that how it turned out. So I'm just going to be showing you the barn first, and then we'll get to everything else afterwards. So when you first walk in, you get to see the beautiful fountain, and my place is actually called Blossom Country Stables. So actually the moderator April helped me come up with that name, so thank you for that. And I just love the water fountain. It was actually the first thing I built because I just thought, you know what, I think I need a water fountain. Like, that was the first thing I thought of. Instead of, stables or paddocks, it was water fountain. So here you can see the name and the person who came up with it. So thank you, April, who is a mod on the server. Then when you come in, you have two options. You can go left or right, and as you can see, to the left is the office and to the right is the wash stalls. So we're going to be going to the office first. When you come here, you can pick up boarding apps. Basically, boarding apps are when you fill out an application to board my barn. You can stay in any of the stalls that are open, and also use the arena and the pastures. So yes, I have quite a few of those, so if you guys swing by, make sure to drop them off in this hopper once you've done. So then these are the stalls. I'm really proud of the stalls. I really like the design of them. It's really kind of open and, airy for the horses. The floor is flax, and then we've got the automatic hay feeder, which I came up with myself. Then we've got the water and a salt lick. Originally, the texture pack made it look so much nicer, but it's more like, this is stained clay, so it looks more realistic. But I preferred the old one, but I like the new texture pack, so I might as well keep it. And you can have ribbons in the game. I'll actually be showing off the texture pack a little bit later. So yeah, this is actually acacia wood, and it's really pretty. I like it. And oh yeah, the roof is cyan, I believe, cyan stained clay. So that's really pretty. And then over here we've got our grooming stations. You just tie the horse up here. You can access the grooming box, which gives you a little bit of, I forgot my words, supplies to groom your horse with. Sorry, I cannot speak today. And they're standing on mats because I didn't want them on the floor, because when you think about it, they make a lot of mess when you groom, like especially if you've got a hairy horse or one that rolls in mud. So mats are preferred. Then over here we've got our first aid kit, which I think is like #1 priority in a barn, because we don't want any of our horses getting sick or injured. And I will be talking about the plugins the server uses later in the video, because they are really important. And over here we've got a wash stall. This actually works. So like, when you come in, you can tie the horse up here. Here we've got like a little wash tack box thing here. I actually oh no, my game's, oh, there we go. Yeah, I actually made these myself. I actually made everything myself, to be honest. Then you can come up here, which is Sorry, Batman was just freaking out. And you can push the button here. Oops. And it makes the water come out, which is like a proper shower. And because I can't see my user interface, I'm going to leave that running, otherwise I'll look like a twat trying to press the button with no cursor, so we're going to move on from that. Here we've got the nice stalls. They're usually, I'm not sure how big they are, I used to know, but there are slightly bigger ones, like with they have the 3 doors, so I think we'll come across them. Over here, there's a bunch of my horses that are sick. Basically, the server's been crashing a little bit lately, and all of the vaccinations got reset. And my horses were vaccinated, but now they're not, so they all got sick, and I have to leave them here until I can get vet in, so I'll be for later then. And it's really nicely lit in here. That was one of my concerns, not having it lit enough, you know, because I really think that, like, dank, kind of dark barns aren't very pleasant, so I really like the way it's lit up here. I made sure to put the glass in. Then we move on to our tack room. We've got like individual, like, kind of tack wardrobes almost, and over here we've got, I don't know what these are, I guess they're kind of hanging shelves, and we've got some like public tack on here, so if you guys ever come around you can just borrow some of these, just make sure to put them back. Got different kinds of saddles. Yeah, and these are meant to be like where you put the bridles, but obviously you can't actually put the bridles, so they look a bit strange. And here is the saddle racks, which I actually really like the design of. Ooh, before you guys ask, yes, this is the same server as Violet Flower Garden goes on. I'm not sure of her name. Flower Garden? I think so. Yes, and then we've got the tack boxes out front. I think that's everything for the bar, I think, yeah. So then when you come out back here, we've got a lovely fountain. I do like my fountains, and I love the flowers. Anything pink, I do like, so that's why that's kind of pink themed over there. And over here, it cost me a ton. It cost me 10k to build this, but it was worth it. So when you come over here, you bring the horses in here and give them a wash. So you click this, yeah, or the manual button over there if you want, and water. Yes, the gate is attached and there's nothing I can do about that, I'm sorry, okay. And then when they're finished washing off, you can close, yeah, you can close that, and then you don't get any grit in the filters of the aqua therapy pool, which was actually 10k to build, so yeah. But I think it was worth it. So you lead the horses in there, and then you come up here, and the horses will swim around as you lead them around. Usually you do a couple laps, not too many. And then when you come down here, you're able to get onto the mats because the horses tend to be wet. So you can either lead them onto the aqua treadmill here, tie them here, and then click the button, and they will walk like an aqua treadmill, which I came up with this idea, I think, or my own design kind of thing, so I'm really proud of that. And then when you are done over here, you get to bring them to the ice baths, which is really nice. It's kind of like muscle treatment for them. I actually don't know a lot about the ice bath, so I'm just saying what I think they do. So once you're finished with that, you get to come over here to, I guess if your horses aren't dry yet, you get to put them here, kind of let them rest and graze and drink the water a little bit. So we'll give them a bit of a break because that is quite a workout. We tend to put the injured horses on there, or the recovering horses at least, to try and get them back into the motions. Yes, and I would love to talk about the plugins because there is a ton of them. And I'm in game mode survival right now, so it'll take me a while to get over there. So we're just heading to the paddocks. Yeah, let's go to the paddocks. So this is the front view. I know I didn't do a proper kind of overview of it, but this took me ages. Every single block I placed. So, except the floor, I paid someone to do the floor because I'm super lazy. So everything else I did all the window designs, and I suck at building, so I'm really proud of this. I really like the grass shrub kind of, you know, hedges, and if you think you can, you can just pop over. No, there's like barrier blocks here, so you can't actually go over, which is really nice. And over here we have the paddocks, and they've got kind of like fence look about them. They're actually like barrier blocks and 2 stacks of carpet, which make them look like fences. They kind of look like electric fences, but obviously they're not actually. So this is the stallion gelding paddock. This is, now the plugins actually do have genders, so you can't mix the mares and the stallions, because otherwise you'll get a baby, and you're not authorized to do that unless you've got like a breeding station and mods are there and everything. So you're not allowed to do. I'm missing a horse. Oh, he's in recovery. Okay, so this is Batman. He's a Frisian. Obviously, now this is the fun thing. I'll show you guys at the end of the video, but they've actually got like personalities and everything. So I'll show you that plugin. But they do have name tags, but I haven't got my user interface on, so I can't show you them. Over here is I've forgotten his name. But aren't the textures for the horses really cute? I love the coats. They're just so pretty. And I have a thing for black horses too, so you might see a lot of them. Then we've got kind of the hay troughs here. So it's because the plugins actually have to have hay and water around. So you have to put these in, which I think is really realistic. So I like the design of this. It's very nice. And over here we've got the water troughs. Yeah, as you can see, the cauldron's changed. Like, this is a cauldron, so it looks more realistic of like a bucket sort. So, and yeah, the doors as well. I forget because I haven't played in normal Minecraft for quite a while, so this is what these always look like. Then over here we've got the mare paddock. We've got my donkey Daisy, and this is Lady Secret. She's a thoroughbred, so I like her very much. I use her for racing. No, do not go out that gate. Thank you. Okay, then over here I have potential for this road here to go to like private paddocks, but I haven't bought them yet and I haven't started building them. So this is just road in case, and as you can see I've left a space here too in case I need more foal barns. So this is basically where the mare and foal come when they've just been born, or they're, you know, slowly being moved into the main barn over there. So as you can see, it's a really nice big barn for the both of them, really airy. I do like the design. I think I had inspiration from someone, but I've forgotten who it is. I think it's Maddie, I think. Yeah, and then they've got the water trough and the wooden one, because I thought the iron one looked a bit too, you know, rough on the eyes, and plus, like, you're not meant to put metal around babies, so, you know. And then this is the same one. Yeah, and then over here, this would be where you tie up 2 pairs that you were going to breed in here. And this is what my breeding stall looks like. I don't know what anyone else's looks like. It's a lot of pink, but I don't mind, really. I like pink. So we've got the matted floor because I think, you know, you wouldn't want to be stepping on hard things too much, so that's why I put that in there. Next we are heading to, let's head to the arena next. We've got 3 arenas. They're kind of small, but my old ones were kind of small too, so I might have to pay extra for the, like, additions if I put any more in. So we'll start with the... It'll go in a second, there's mods on, they'll turn the rain off as soon as I'm recording. So we've got a jump arena, which I really like, his little cavaletti, and some jumps. There's not really in a course, but more of a, really, rain, go away. It's not really in a course, but I don't tend to do courses. I tend to just do the jumps as I feel like the stride is in the right place. So I just tend to do what I'm feeling, kind of. So, you know, it would be better practice if I did the jumping courses, but never mind. Thank you, the rain stopped. And over here we've got the dressage arena. Obviously it's not accurate at all. Like, okay, the markings are accurate, but not the size. Definitely not the size, and it's really small, like for an arena. But you know what? I like it. It's cute. And this has barrier blocks too, so you can't jump over it, because I'm very adamant about having people not like jumping about the place. I want it to look really realistic. So I'm happy about that. And then over here, I want to extend it into, like, I don't know, an indoor arena or something like that, but at the moment I haven't got the finances. So we're going to go in here, and this is a lunge arena. You can't actually lunge yet, but you can tie the horse to the middle pole and ride it around, so it's kind of like lunging, or I guess you could get someone to hold it. Either way works, but it's a nice round arena. Probably not like is it symmetrical? I think it's symmetrical. So hopefully no one's OCD enough to notice if it's not. So next we're going to the car park where I've put all the trailers, and there's one trailer that I'm really excited to show you because, oh goodness, I'm going to have to link the video in the description because that's where I got the idea from. This is not my idea. I did not create this. I copied someone, but I put my own flair on it. So here we've got the standard kind of small trailers. The horses can't actually fit in here because it's one block, not two. So I did 3 different colours, and I really like the colours. Originally, again, the stained clay looked a lot more smooth, so it looked better. But you know what, it looks a bit more realistic now because it's a bit, you know, grimier than, you know, perfect smooth. So that's the trailers here, but this one's the one that I'm really excited to show you. It looks really realistic, and that's why I like it so much. In here is the tack room, and I've decked the place out. It's got like food in here. This is the travel grooming kit, treats, tack outfits, blankets and halters, and the first aid. And here we've got some racks as well with the bridles. I kind of tried to do something with them, but it doesn't really work, but whatever. So obviously we haven't got it attached to anything, but you know what, it doesn't matter, it's parked. I love the inside though. Like when you come in, you can actually put the horses and tie them up here, and they've got like hay, and then there's the barriers here, and it just looks so modern. I love it so much. So yeah, this is not what it looked like in the tutorial, but if you guys want to take inspiration from this, I'm very proud of it, so feel free. Yes, and that is all the trailers from here. Obviously I put like the brake lights on here because that just gives it extra like detail. So I could go that way, but I want to go this way. So next we're going to the last thing on my plot, which is the auction house. This was the most recent build, and I didn't have to pay for the auction house, but I had to pay for the stalls. So this is where I'm going to be holding auctions for the horses. Last time that was how I made most of my money, by holding auctions, so that worked out pretty well. So this isn't what my old one looked like. I have photos, so I might put them up at the end. But this I really like. It just looks so modern. It kind of looks like a sort of administrative building, you know, the way it's so like formal, but I like it, so I'm gonna leave it like that. So, and I really like the dark wood with the walls. I don't know why, it probably doesn't work, but to me it does, so I'm going to leave it like that. Then we go to the holding stalls back here. They're pretty slim, like they're only 4 blocks excuse me, 4 blocks wide, but they've got the water and the hay, and it's quite long, so I guess that kind of compensates for it. And we've left the doors open and signs there in case we're in survival and we need to put like information of the horses on there. So that's really exciting for what's going to happen, and you can usually lead the horses down through the car park into here. So I think that's all from the barn for now. I have many plans for this place and a lot of hard work to do. But so far, I'm really happy with it, especially this view right here. Like, I didn't expect it to come out this well, but it did. So, if you guys ever swing by Blossom Country Stables, feel free. However, we have a few plugins to talk about. So the first plugin I want to talk about is the one I said earlier about the traits. So when you put in /horsewand, it'll come up with this crop looking thing. So when you right click, oh no, it's left click. Sorry, I'm such a noob, I have it right click. So when you click the horses, like, oh, I've got chat off. This is going to be difficult. Okay, the chat's going insane. If I can change it to, oops, if I can change it to commands only. Oh, it's coming up though. Okay, never mind. So as you can see here, I'll just keep it on this. It'll come up with the gender, the breed, personality, age, health, hunger, thirst, and vaccination. Basically, when you first join, you get given a lesson. Then for about 1 to 2 weeks you have to lease horses from other people, and after that you get your first custom horse, and you can choose the gender, you can choose the coat colour, you can choose the breed, the personality, and I think you can choose the age. Yeah, and then usually you have to pay for vaccinations. But that's the thing. I already have, but everything got reset. Like the horses got reset. So I still have to get them redone, which is really annoying. And as you can see, you've got the hunger and the thirst. So you have to put in the troughs and the kind of hay nets for them. Whoops, do not see the chart. Why did I keep going into that? Okay. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was they added a realistic element where they actually where the horses can actually walk around, and as they feed they'll actually poop, which is really realistic. It's I believe it's brown carpet, so it looks really like legit, like when you walk into a full paddock. It's really nice looking. I don't know, it sounds weird, but it's not all like pristine like this, because I cleared it out recently. So, and in the stalls as well, so you can like hire stable hands, like other people, to like do that. And I believe there's loads of other plugins, but I just cannot remember them. Like, oh yeah, you can put custom colors on the name tags and things like that, so that's a really nice plugin. Then we've got, what else have we got? Well, I'm still running this shower for some reason. There we go. Then what else is the other plugins? I cannot think of the rest of them. There's a ton of them, I'm serious. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show off the texture packs. So in these, as you can see, these are all renamed. So these, when you open up in Creative, these aren't going to be named like this because I named them myself. So as you can see, they have this really nice texture though. So I love using this texture pack. I use it in my survival modes in single player too, because it's so nice. I just love it so much. And if you notice, like this is actually prismarine floor, and this is like the different tiles and things. So it makes everything look really, I don't know. For me, it's usable, because before I wouldn't use prismarine for anything. And as you can see, like this is what the splash potions look like. And this is a blaze rod, I think. And these you can actually use. If I go and get a saddle and a saddle blanket, it's actually gold armor and iron armor and things you can use for, it's like, where is it? It's the blankets, which I think is really, really nice. Let me show you what they look like on the horses. Yes, so this is some tack that I have for public use, so I'm just going to borrow that for a little while. So I guess I could, okay, I'll use one of these horses. Oh yeah, and they added the new, so they've got Appaloosa, they've got paint, they've got like socks and stripe, they've got plain, and then they've got bald face, which I think is so pretty. Look! I just think it's so pretty. This isn't a normal Minecraft texture, so this is recently added, which I think is really pretty. And as you can see, Horace here is, you know, fashioning this beautiful blanket that I had on him. You see, emergency blanket. So this is what the saddle pad looks like. It's got little wraps on the feet as well, so they're like polo wraps. Stop it. Yeah, and then the tack is actually coloured due to the different textures of the horse. So if you've got a black horse, I think it goes black, and brown, it's brown. Like depending on the coat, the coat of the horse, it'll come up in different colours, which I think is really, really neat. So yes, and I've just put in some warnings about because they're sick, and I've got borders, and I don't want them going near them because they will transmit disease, which is not what I want. Yes, and I think that is it for my barn tour. Yeah, so I'm still going to be working on the server for a while because I've got loads of things to do, but definitely join. I'll say the server name again once I find it. Here, equestriacraft.serve.new. It will come up on the screen right now, and make sure to put it in your server IP when you're adding the new server. Get the texture pack as soon as you can because the game is so pretty when you have it on. So definitely would recommend that. If I can switch off, there we go. Yes, and so it's got a beautiful texture pack. amazing plugins. The staff are so great. I'd say you'd be better off if you're on the US time, because there tends to be a lot of people around then, so a lot of mods and staff are on then. But if you're not, if you're UK time, you might be seeing me if you're in the mornings, because I'm constantly on in the mornings and I have no idea why. But if you see me around, my IGN is Abigail and my nickname is Abby, ABI, and it should be in pink, blue, pink. So if you see me around, make sure to say hi. I think my horse is freaking out at the fence again. Yep. Okay, well, never mind that. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye! A big thank you to Catty Clearcloud. I don't know why, but your comment just made me so happy, so thank you for commenting it. You made my day.